हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल आर्ट्स स्टूडेंट्स कॉर्नर। सो आप लोगों ने थंबनेल तो देख ही लिया होगा। थंबनेल देखकर आपको समझ आ गया होगा इस वीडियो में आप लोग को हैंड रिटेन नोट्स मिलेंगे, मतलब कि हाथों से लिखे हुए नोट्स। ये नोट्स मैंने ही लिखे हैं और गारंटी दे सकती हूँ कि ये नोट्स पढ़ने के बाद अगर आप हर चैप्टर के नोट्स ऐसे ही मैं जो वीडियो पर डालती हूँ वो अगर आप पढ़ेंगे तो आपको टॉप करने से कोई नहीं रोक सकता। तो ऐसे टॉपर्स की पढ़ाई होती है। सबसे पहले क्या करना होता है, बुक्स का लाइन बाय लाइन एक्सप्लेनेशन आपको समझ लेना होता है। उसके बाद एक अच्छा सा नोट्स प्रिपेयर करना होता है एंड देन फिर एनसीईआरटी सॉल्यूशंस पढ़ लेना होता है, ये याद कर लेना होता है और देन इट्स डन। नो नीड टू डू एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चंस ऑफ, मतलब अगर आपको टाइम है तो आप एमसीक्यू मैराथन सीरीज़ में लाऊंगी, आप उससे देख लीजिएगा। नहीं तो अगर आप पूरे चैप्टर को अच्छे से पढ़ लेंगे तो एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चंस आप आराम से सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। तो यहाँ पे आप लोग देख सकते हैं मैंने नोट्स दे रखा है, लिख रखा है सब कुछ। हमारा चैप्टर है पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ प्लान डेवलपमेंट। पॉलिटिक्स इन इंडिया सिंस इंडिपेंडेंस बुक का नेम है और क्लास 12 का ये एनसीईआरटी बुक है पॉलिटिकल साइंस का। इतना तो आप लोग को पता ही होगा, तभी तो आप लोग इस वीडियो को देखने के लिए आए होंगे। तो आप लोग इसमें देख सकते हैं, आप लोग चाहें तो यहाँ स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकते हैं। और मैं इसको पढ़ के भी बता देती हूँ ताकि आप लोग को हो सकता है देखने में प्रॉब्लम हो तो आपको सुन तो सकें। तो इसको फटाफट से मैं पढ़ लेती हूँ, आप लोग को बता देती हूँ। इसका मीनिंग मैं इसमें नहीं समझाऊंगी, उसके लिए आपको मेरा अदर वीडियोस देखना पड़ेगा जिसमें कि मैंने लाइन बाय लाइन एक्सप्लेन भी कर रखा है। और एक और वीडियो में लाऊंगी जिसमें कि मैं इसी नोट से आपको पूरा चैप्टर समझा दूंगी। सो उम्मीद है आप लोग को ये वीडियो अच्छा लगेगा। और अगर आप भी चाहते हैं कि हाँ यार मुझे एग्ज़ाम में टॉप करना है तो आर्ट्स स्टूडेंट्स कॉर्नर को सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर कर दीजिए अगर आप आर्ट्स के स्टूडेंट हैं। चलिए शुरू करते हैं। अच्छा लगे तो लाइक कर दीजिएगा, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर कीजिएगा इस वीडियो को और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिएगा। बिना देरी किए फटाफट से अब शुरू किया जाए, बहुत हो गया इंट्रो। ये देख सकते हैं आप लोग, टॉपिक है फूड क्राइसिस, चैप्टर है पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ प्लान डेवलपमेंट। इसका फर्स्ट है द एग्रीकल्चरल सिचुएशन वेंट फ्रॉम बैड टू वर्स इन 1960s। सेकेंड इसका है पॉइंट इन द 1940s एंड ये 19 है, आप लोग इसको 15 मत समझ लीजिएगा, मेरा पेन काम नहीं कर रहा था शायद यहाँ पे। 1950s, the growth rate of food grain production was barely staying above rate of population growth. Between 1965 and 1967, severe droughts occurred in many parts of the country, and also this was the time when the country faced two wars and foreign exchange crisis. All this resulted in a severe food shortage and famine-like conditions in many parts of the country. ये फर्स्ट टॉपिक नहीं है, ये एक टॉपिक है उस चैप्टर के अंदर, तो मैंने इसको पहले लिख दिया ताकि आप लोग समझ सकें। The food shortage was significant in all districts of Bihar, with 9 districts producing less than half of their normal output. In fact, 5 of these districts produced less than one-third of what they produced normally. Food deprivation subsequently led to acute and widespread malnutrition. The calorie intake dropped from 2200 per capita per day to as low as 1200 in many regions of Bihar. तो ये चाहे तो आप यहाँ से यहाँ तक छोड़ सकते हैं, इतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है ये। In 1967, death rate in Bihar increased by 34%. Food prices were also raised. The government had zoning policies that prohibited trade of food across states. This reduced the availability of food in Bihar. And in such type of situations, the poorest section of the society suffered the most. The government had to import wheat and had to accept foreign aid mainly from the US. अब next topic यानी कि first topic इस chapter का है political contestations. The final decision must be a political decision taken by people's representatives who are in touch with the feelings of the people. All these decisions were bound together by a shared vision or model of economic development. Everyone agreed that the development of India should mean both economic growth and social and economic justice, and also the matter cannot be left to businessmen, industrialists, and farmers themselves. However, there was a disagreement on the kind of role that the government must play in ensuring growth and justice. आप चाहें तो इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकते हैं, अदरवाइज मैं वीडियो के लास्ट में एक अच्छा सा इसका व्यू दे दूंगी आप लोग को। नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है आइडियाज ऑफ डेवलपमेंट. एनी डिस्कशन और डेवलपमेंट इज बाउंड टू जनरेट कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस, conflicts and debates. Development was about becoming more modern and modern was about becoming more like the industrialized countries of the West. This is how common people as well as experts thought. Modernization was also associated with the ideas of growth, material progress and scientific rationality. India had two models of modern development, the liberal capitalist model as in much of the Europe and US, and second had the socialist model as in the USSR. There were many in India then who were impressed by the Soviet model of development. These included leaders of the Communist Party, some of the Socialist Party and leaders within the Congress like Nehru. There were few supporters of American-style capitalist movement. Moreover, it was clear that the task of poverty alleviation and social and economic redistribution was being seen primarily as the responsibility of government. ये बगल में दिया हुआ है आपके बुक में, वो भी मैंने इसमें दे दिया है, इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसमें क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. व्हाट इज लेफ्ट एंड व्हाट इज राइट? दिस टर्म्स कैटेगराइज द पोजीशन ऑफ द concerned groups or parties regarding social change and role of the state in effecting economic distribution. Left often refers to those who are in favor of the poor, downtrodden sections and support government policies for the benefit of these sections. The right refers to those who believe that free competition and market economy alone ensure progress and that the government should not unnecessarily intervene in the economy. Next topic है planning. Despite the various differences, there was a consensus on one point that development could not be left in private actors, that there was the need for the government to develop a design or plan for development. Bombay Plan. Important है. A section of big industrialists got together in 1944 and drafted a joint proposal for setting up a planned economy in the country. It was called the Bombay Plan. The Bombay Plan wanted the state to make major initiatives in industrial and other economic investments. Next topic है Planning Commission. बुक में इसके लिए आपको अलग टॉपिक नहीं मिलेगा, ये सब एक ही में था, मैंने अलग अलग टॉपिक बना दिया बिकॉज ऐसे ही क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. आफ्टर इंडिया बिकम इंडिपेंडेंट द प्लानिंग कमीशन केम इनटू बीइंग. द प्लानिंग कमीशन वाज सेट अप इन मार्च 1950 by a simple resolution of Government of India. It has an advisory role and recommendations became effective only when the Union Cabinet approved this. The Prime Minister was its chairperson. It became the most influential and central machinery for deciding what path and strategy India would adopt for its development. Niti Aayog. The Government of India replaced the Planning Commission with a new institution named Niti Aayog, National Institution for Transforming India. This came into existence on 1 January 2015. About the early initiatives. As in the USSR, the Planning Commission of India opted for a 5-year plan, FYP. The Government of India prepares a document that has a plan for all its income and expenditure for the next 5 years. Accordingly, the budget of the central and all the state government is divided into two parts, non-plan budget and plan budget. Non-plan budget is spent on routine items on a yearly basis and plan budget that is spent on 5-year basis as per the priorities fixed by the plan. A 5-year plan has the advantage of permitting the government to focus on the larger picture and make long-term intervention in the economy. The draft of the first 5-year plan and then the actual plan document released in December 1951. The fourth plan was due to start in 1966. By this time, the novelty of planning had declined considerably and moreover, India was facing acute economic crisis. The government decided to take a plan holiday. Next हमारा टॉपिक है the first 5-year plan 1951 to 1956. K.N. Raj, a young economist involved in drafting the plan, argued that India should hasten slowly for the first 2 decades as far as a fast rate of development might endanger democracy. This plan addressed mainly the agrarian sector, including investment in dams and irrigation. Huge allocations were made for large-scale projects like the Bhakra Nangal Dam. It focused on land reforms as the key to the country's development. One of the basic aims of the planners was to raise the level of national income, which could be possible if people saved more money than they spent. People saving did rise in the first phase of the plan process until the end of the 3rd-year plan. From the early 1960s till the early 1970s, the proportion of savings in the country actually dropped consistently. Rapid industrialization. The second FYP was drafted by a team of economists and planners under the leadership of P.C. Mahalanobis. Congress party at its session held at Awadhi declared the socialist pattern of the society was its goal. The government imposed substantial tariffs on imports in order to protect domestic industries. Such protected environment helped both public and private industries to grow. As savings and investments were growing in this period, a bulk of these industries like electricity, railways, steel, machineries and communication could be developed in the public sector. Problems क्या थी इससे related? India was technologically backward, so it had to spend precious foreign exchange to buy technology from the global market. As industry attracted more investment than agriculture, the possibility of food shortage loomed large. Some thought that the industry was wrongly given priority over agriculture. There were also those who wanted to focus on agriculture-related industries rather than heavy ones. Decentralized plannings. It is not necessary that all planning always has to be centralized, nor it is that planning is only about big industries and large projects. The Kerala model is name given to the path of planning and development charted by the state of Kerala. In this model, there has been focus on education, health, land reform, effective food distribution, and poverty alleviation. Despite low per capita incomes and a relatively weak industrial base, Kerala achieved nearly total literacy, long life expectancy, low infant and female mortality, low birth rates, and high access to medical care. Key controversies: agriculture versus industry. Many thought that the second plan lacked an agrarian strategy for development, and the emphasis on industry caused agriculture and rural India to suffer. Gandhian economists like J.C. Kumarappa proposed an alternative blueprint that put together greater emphasis on rural industrialization. Chaudhry Charan Singh, a Congress leader who later broke from the party to form Bharatiya Lok Dal, forcefully articulated the case for keeping agriculture as the center of planning for India. He said that the planning was leading to creation of prosperity in urban and industrial section at the expense of the farmers and rural population. The state made laws for land reforms and distribution of resources among poor in the villages. It also proposed programs of community development and spent large sums on irrigation projects. The failure was not that of a policy but its non-implementation, because the landowning classes had a lot of social and political power. Next step, public versus private sector. It did not accept the capitalist model of development in which development was left entirely to the private sector, nor did it follow the socialist model in which private property was abolished and all the production was controlled by the state. Elements from both these models were taken and mixed together in India. That is why it is described as mixed economy. The state policy to restrict import of goods that could be produced in the domestic market with little or no competition left the private sector with no incentive to improve their products and make them cheaper. The state helped the private sector to make profit. Instead of helping the poor, the state intervention ended up creating a new middle class that enjoyed the privileges of high salaries without much accountability. तो ये critics हैं उसके. Major outcomes. The third objective proved most difficult to realize. Land reforms did not take place effectively in most part of the country. Political power remained in the hands of the landowning classes. Big industrialists continued to benefit and thrive, while poverty did not reduce much. Those who benefited from the unequal development soon became politically powerful and make it even more difficult to move in the desired direction. Foundations. Some of the largest developmental projects, including mega dams like Bhakra Nangal Dam and Hirakud for irrigation and power generation, were undertaken during this period. Infrastructure for transport and communication was improved substantially. Next are land reforms. The most significant and successful of those land reforms was the abolition of the colonial system of Jamindari. Attempts at consolidation of land together in one place so that the farm size could become viable for agriculture were also fairly successful. The laws were made to put an upper limit or ceiling to how much agricultural land one person could own. People with excess land managed to evade the laws. Similarly, the tenants who worked on someone else's land were given greater legal security against eviction, but this provision was rarely implemented. The Green Revolution. In the face of most important topic. In the face of prevailing food crisis, the country was clearly vulnerable to external pressures and dependent on food aid mainly from the United States. The US in turn pushed India to change its economic policies. The government decided to put more resources into those areas which already had irrigation and those farmers who were already well off. The government offered high-yielding variety seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and better irrigation at highly subsidized prices. The government also gave a guarantee to buy the produce of the farmers at a given price. This was the beginning of what was called the Green Revolution. The Green Revolution delivered only a moderate agricultural growth, mainly a rise in wheat production, and raised the availability of food in the country, but increased polarization between classes and regions. The Green Revolution has two other effects. One was that in many parts, the stark contrast between the poor peasantry and the landlords produced conditions favorable for left-wing organizations to organize the poor peasants. Secondly, the Green Revolution also resulted in the rise of what is called the middle person sections. These were the farmers with medium-sized holdings who benefited from the changes and soon emerged politically influential in many parts of the country. Later developments. The period from 1967 onwards witnessed many new restrictions on private industry. 14 private banks were nationalized. The government announced many pro-poor programs. The consensus for a state-led economic development did not last forever. Planning did continue, but its salience was significantly reduced. The White Revolution. Verghese Kurian, nicknamed the Milkman of India, played a crucial role in the story of Gujarat Cooperative Milk and Marketing Federation Limited that launched Amul. Based in Anand, a town in Gujarat, Amul is a dairy cooperative movement joined by about 2.5 million milk producers in Gujarat. The Amul pattern became a uniquely appropriate model for rural development and poverty alleviation, spearheading what has come to be known as White Revolution. In 1970, the rural development program called Operation Flood was started. सो फ्रेंड्स, हो गया हमारा नोट्स कंप्लीट। उम्मीद है आप लोग को नोट्स बहुत अच्छा लगा होगा और आप लोग स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिएगा, इसी नोट्स को पढ़िएगा। आप लोग बहुत अच्छा कर सकते हैं अगर आप इस नोट्स को पढ़ लेंगे, तो आप कर सकते हैं अगर आप मन लगा के पढ़ें तो। और अगर आप लाइन बाई लाइन एक्सप्लेनेशन देखने हैं चैप्टर्स के, तो वो मेरे चैनल पे आपको मिल जाएंगे। आप इंतजार क्यों करें, जाइए फटाफट से सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और इस वीडियो को लाइक कर दीजिएगा जाते जाते, और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर कीजिए। और अभी मैं आप लोग को एक फटाफट से दे देती हूँ इसका झलक नोट्स का, और उसके बाद मैं पिक्चर्स क्लिक करके उसके साथ एक वीडियो डाल दूँगी ताकि आप लोग अच्छे से वहाँ पे देख सकें। यहाँ पे मैं बोल रही होंगी तो हो सकता है आप लोग को डिस्ट्रैक्शन हो गया हो। चलिए फटाफट से एक आप लोग को दिखा देती हूँ झलक, उसके बाद ख़त्म करते हैं इस वीडियो को। फ्रेंड्स यहाँ कंप्लीट हो गया वीडियो। अच्छा लगा होगा तो लाइक कर दीजिएगा, जल्द से जल्द शेयर कीजिएगा, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिएगा। थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग द वीडियो।